So in this video we're going to be finding the equation of a line. When it says the easiest cases, we're talking horizontal and vertical lines and the two diagonal lines that pass through the origin. Starting with horizontal line, there's a blue horizontal line on the screen there, and that passes through the y-axis where y equals 4. If we take that point on the line, its coordinate is negative 5, 4. If we take another point on the line, that coordinate is 2, 4. If we take another point on the line, that coordinate is 6, 4. So what we notice with all those three coordinates is that the y value in each case is 4. And that's because the equation of that line is y equals 4. It's a horizontal line that passes through the y-axis at y equals 4. So a horizontal line has an equation y equals a number with no x in it. So y equals just any number, that will be a horizontal line, and the number is where it cuts the y-axis. So in our example it cut the y-axis at 4, and the equation of the line was y equals 4. In our second example there we've got a horizontal line again, and that's cutting through where y is negative 3. If we look at some points on that line, the coordinates of that point is negative 4, negative 3. That coordinate is 1, negative 3. And the third coordinate is 5, negative 3. And we look at those three coordinates and observe that each of them has got a y value of negative 3. Hence, the equation of that line is y equals negative 3. It's a horizontal line, so its equation will be y equals a constant, which it means just a number with no x in it, and the value of that number is where it cuts the y-axis, and in this case it was at negative 3. Now we're going to look at some vertical lines. There we've got a blue vertical line on the screen, and that passes through the y-axis, the x-axis, where x equals 3. That coordinate is the coordinate 3, 5. That coordinate is the coordinate 3, 1. And that coordinate is 3, negative 4. And I think we can see that for each of those coordinates, the x value is 3. And that's because the equation of that line is x equals 3. So a vertical line has an equation x equals a number. So it's x this time, and it has no y in it. And the number that it refers to is the value on the x-axis where the line cuts the x-axis. We can see on the diagram the blue line cuts the x-axis at 3, and the equation of that blue line is x equals 3. In our second example, the blue line cuts the x-axis at negative 3, so you'll probably be able to guess what the equation is going to be. The 3 points that we're going to pick, one is negative 3, 5, negative 3, 1, and negative 3, negative 4. So each of the x values is negative 3, and they lie on the equation x equals negative 3. So that's a vertical line that passes through the x-axis at negative 3. Now we're going to look at a diagonal line that's going to pass through the origin, and there it is on the screen. And if we pick 3 points on that line, the coordinate of that first point is 5, 5. The second point is 1, 1. And the third point is negative 5, negative 5. And what do we notice about each of those three coordinates is that the x value is equal to the y value. The x value equals the y value, and the x value equals the y value. So it won't perhaps surprise you to know that the equation of that line is equal to y equals x, because for every point on that line, the y value equals the x value. A second diagonal line that we're looking at slopes downwards this time, but still at 45 degrees. The coordinate of that point is -5, 5. That point is -1, 1. And the third point is 5, -5. And what do we notice about each of those three coordinates? Well, the y value isn't quite equal to the x value. The y value is the negative of the x value. So the x value is -5, and so the negative of that is +5, and that's the y value. Similarly, in our second point and our third point, the y value is the negative of the x value. So a line that slopes downwards this time through the origin at 45 degrees, the equation of that line is y equals -x. And we really need to know absolutely our vertical lines, our horizontal lines, and those two diagonal lines, y equals x and y equals -x.